Hi there, everyone. Yell out if you can hear me. Good morning from Los Angeles and good evening to Europe. Very early morning to Australia and New Zealand and everywhere else on that side of the world. Yell out if you can hear me. I was just trying to freak you out, talking with no sound to the camera because I know that everybody freaks out about it. But I'm right here, loud and clear. Ah, very good. They can hear me now. They can hear me now. I'm actually really excited about today's class, so I might just get started. Actually, before I get started, I just want to say one thing, and that is quite a lot of people have been writing in the 12-week group that they cannot afford a folio box to start selling. And I understand when you first sort of taking your first steps into selling, it can be a little bit of an outlay, $250 up from the $300. So what I've done is I've photographed the products that I have and I've created a template for you so that you can drop your own images into the photograph and you can sell via digital product. So there's more coming about that. So I just wanted to tell you that's what Shauna and I are doing right now. And remember, next Tuesday is design and it's going to be amazing. Now, the next thing I want to tell you, other than the template design, is stop freaking out that the 12 weeks is coming to an end. Two things are going to happen. The Bryce Education Group is not going anywhere. And basically what we'll do is we'll just relaunch another 12 weeks. But at the end of this 12 weeks, we still have PDF critiques, another round of critiques maybe. We have more work on sales and money to do. We're going to revisit the sales workshop. Like, there is so much more to do. It's just going to keep going. And I broadcast every single Tuesday I have for a whole year, and I absolutely love it. So stop freaking out that it's coming to an end, because it's not. And a lot of people just want to repeat the 12 weeks again and pick up wherever they fell off, or they just feel like they need more. I'm not going anywhere. I could redo this all the time. Okay, so everybody else can hear me, Francisco. So if you can't, you either need to refresh your browser or you can't hear me. Somebody type that to him, please, because he can't hear me. I'm going to get started, all right? That's it, perfect. Refresh if you have no sound. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Alicia. That's perfect. All right, let's get going. I've got a lot to get through. When I'm on a roll talking, I don't often get questions. When I ask for questions, be ready to copy and paste your question. If you can keep chatter to a minimum amongst each other while I'm talking, makes my life so much easier, because the chat is moving so fast, right guys? It's moving so fast that if you don't, I can't keep up with it. So it's really important that you slow down on that chat. And basically, I'll try and pick up questions when I ask for questions, but right now, you know when I'm on a roll that I just go for it. So there's no point asking a question because you know I'm probably going to answer it anyway. All right, marketing startup. I'm so excited for this class. When I sat down and wrote this out, I love to write out my keynote presentation. I get so excited about it. There are 4 products which you are going to hear a lot about. Let me show you what they are. 4 products. And next Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to design them yourself on Photoshop. And Shauna's coming to show you how to do it on Photoshop and InDesign. You can either buy a template or you can create your own, and we're going to show you how. And there are templates to download. You will need at some stage a cheap business card. From Moo, I get mine from moo.com. or vistaprint.com. I've tried about 4 or 5 different ones. They're all very reasonably priced. The good part about having a business card is it tucks away in your purse and there's really no excuse for, or your pocket or your wallet for the boys, and there's no excuse not to hold it. Now, do I put an image on my card or not? One of the big things about Tammy Zurich's is she often has a different image on each card. So she gets hers done with a different image printed on them. So she shows people her cards like that, and then basically they choose which one. I chose to put a poem on mine, and the reason that I chose to put a poem on mine is I want people to keep it. I never felt like people would keep it if it had an image of someone else on it. So to me, a poem or a quote or something that's very generic. I love to keep poems. I'll keep quotes. I'll keep anything that moves me. This is Derek Walcott's poem, Love After Love. It's not mine, it's his. I give him credit, it's his poem. I write that on the bottom. And basically, to me, it represents falling in love with yourself, which is what portrait photography is. However, if you were going to forego the $100 for 1,000 cards, I would say go straight to a cantilever. Why? This cantilever changed my world. In the early 2003, 4, and 5, people didn't know what contemporary portrait was or what glamour photography was or really anything to do with it. So to me, I would say, well, I'm a portrait photographer and I photograph women. I have a full-time hair and makeup artist, and people would be like, oh, like 80s glamour, and I'd be like, no, like this. And I would open this. I believe that the $2,000 I spent to get 10,000 of these paid for their weight in gold. And to me, this was such an extraordinary marketing to have. Okay, look at it comparatively to my business card size. It's 4 times a business card size, well, almost 4 times. Basically, it's 5 by 4 inches. All photographers know what 5 by 4 inches is. It fit in my bag. I got a gold purse for it. They have been mine for years. The updated version of this now, for me, would actually not be a lot different. I realized a long time ago that when I was marketing, one of the craziest things about this was I not only know every one of these women's names, I know their story, I know about them. That's why this is so powerful to me. It visually has impact, and you can get these at Miller's or at White House Custom Color. I think it's $35 for, does anybody can say $35 for, I'm gonna say 50. Anyway, they're actually affordable. If somebody wants them, they are amazing. I feel like this is probably the strongest thing that I could have created for my business, did create for my business. Number 3 is the magazine. Now, obviously, Shauna's templates are amazing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to design them on Photoshop and on InDesign next week with Shauna. We're going to do that because if you can't afford to get these printed now, $7 to $12 each, depending on how thick they are, and they are extraordinary, you can still have a digital version. There's no reason you can't have an unprinted version on your website as a plugin, as a PDF to send. I want you to have the most gorgeous PDFs known to man. Bethany just wrote in the chat, my cards are 4 by 5.5 inches from Pro DPI. Bethany, how many images? Is it the same as this one? Is it basically 8 openings and you can choose to have your information on the plain one? Shauna is the bomb. Absolutely agree with you, Alicia Hodges. Okay, next week we're going to do design for the PDF and the magazine. So even if you can't afford to print it, you can still afford to design one. You can still afford to have a digital version. So White House, Miller's, Pro DPI, all of them do these. Get on board, get your best 7 shots, show diversity, ethnicity, age, weight. It helps you. And last of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, my gift card.